ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Iodine. I'm your host, Benny. And today I am doing some more writing, as you can see. Hi, Poyo. Welcome. Glad to see you here, even before the notifications. All right. How you doing, Poyo? I heard you were playing some Fortnite a little while ago. I hope you had fun. What am I looking for here? VLC media player. Don't let Batman hear you saying that. Go here. Hopeless. Put that in there. All those in there. And play. Is there really no way to shuffle them without? Dude. Shuffle. You maniac. Yeah. Batman is a modest dude. So how's your Friday night going, bud? Looking forward to the weekend? As Rebecca Black famously said. A world anvil. The weekend can wait its bloody turn. Ooh, new world anvil features. Global article footer. There's new full with global articles you can use to add content to the bottom of all your articles in the world at once. It's a feature request from Shy Red Fox. We great for promoting novels and stories, RPG games. Cool. But there already was a global footer, I thought. It's fine. It's fine. Already have 2 weeks down into the school year. All right. Hey, today is Friday the 13th. Have you gotten in any horror stuff? Just take me back to World Animal, you monster. Ooh, and so what's your plan for Halloween? Balaclavas and egging PDF files. Oh, okay. I cannot condone that, but, you know, be as safe as you possibly can while doing that. Ooh, I need to move my coffee back. I adjusted the location of my little desk fan here. So now it should be less audible to you guys, which is sweet. Okay. Now, how am I gonna sort all this out? I thought I had some ideas while I was laying in bed. Does anybody else? When you're just like laying in bed, do you sometimes like think about your stories? Literally all the time? Does this not have a dark mode? It's fine. It's fine. Or maybe it's under options. I think it's considered an accessibility thing. Think of interactions between characters, especially arguments, and Ben being a total badass. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Excel dark mode. Turn on dark mode in Microsoft Excel. You can do the following. Click File, click Account. Select dark gray or black from the Office theme. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Account. Select dark gray. Office theme. Dark gray. No, no, no. Well, that's not gonna... Whatever, dude. Whatever. Okay, so... take all this and let's put it in a notepad real quick. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, 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 okay. Sweet. We take all these, put them here. This is part 3. Bring that all the way down to there. Okay, so part 1 has 7. Part 2 has 10. And part 3 has 14. Now I need to organize this. Or maybe... making names for people in Eagle group chat in the story. Making names for people in an Eagle group chat in the story. Michael is Bird Boy. I don't know the rest. Can you help me? And Rose is the Queen. I think I remember hearing you talking about different names and stuff. I think I've heard you reference people and their nicknames before. Hey, welcome, Maxie. Happy early birthday! If I see you on Sunday, I'll make sure to give you a shout out. You did go and rewatch that one stream where I played that one game. Riders Republic. You watched me when I played Riders Republic? Nice, nice. Cool, man. Did you hear me call you out? Not in like a bad way, but say that yeah, it is very much like Forza Horizon. I definitely see what you were talking about there. That being said, it was alright. I was really disappointed that the skateboarding stuff. The skateboarding stuff wasn't available. Like, except for the, like, initial training. That really ground my gears. But it was still pretty decent. Is skate? No. I was hoping that skate was on Xbox. Do I maybe even have it for? Had it on something. Maybe not. Whoa, what is that? Oh, okay. It's just once human. I thought it was like a naked lady right there. Just from the corner there. I was like, I don't have any of those kind of games. Yeah, I was wondering if I had maybe Skate 3 or something. Give me a restaurant name. Anything your pick, just can't be one from real life. Okay. And Suicide. There's a couple, I think either in Suicide or in Deicide. One was Charlie's Entertainment. Which is a reference to Chuck E. Cheese. And then the other one is the Cherry Estate. The Cherry Estate. Which is, oh, you're not doing parodies? Okay. Dang. Well, I think you're going to be hard-pressed to find a fictional restaurant that is not a parody of something, you know? At least a little bit. Hey, Batman, welcome. I was thinking of downloading Expeditions, but I knew for a fact I would not like it. Did you watch some of my Expedition streams? I enjoy it. It's pretty chill. It's pretty chill and kind of, you know, slow paced, not very demanding. But you know, I definitely understand it's not for everyone. Hitman Rambo comes soon. But okay, so fictional restaurants. You've got Los Pollos Hermanos from Breaking Bad. which you should recognize that. The Chicken Brothers. Yeah, have at it. What were you thinking? Hey there, Tanchi. What's going on? Welcome. How are you doing today? This fine Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Far out, Adachi. Far flipping out, dude. Far out, dude. Okay. So, I need to organize and sort these into... let's see. Act. Chapter... So, in doing this, should I... Okay, there's 7 chapters in Act 1, 10 chapters in Act 2, 14 chapters in Act 3. Since there's exactly double the amount of chapters in Act 1, or in Act 3 than there are in Act 1, I could do 2 chapters of Act 3, and then 1 chapter of Act 1. Burko's Pub Restaurant. I like it. I like it. Burko's Pub. That's good stuff. Burko's Pub and Grill. With grill spelled Grille. Just like what Maxie said. Chips Ahoy. That's some good stuff. Didn't you get the chewy ones? Yeah, just like that. But make sure you properly capitalize it. Capital B, capital P, and capital G. Protection or to allow ventilation or discreet observation? I mean, I'm pretty sure grill with an E is used in like actual restaurants a lot, right? And chewy cookies, basically like they, the Chips Ahoy, they have a version of the brand where, and I don't mean chewy like bubble gum. I mean, like, they're soft. They're not brittle. They don't like have any sort of crunch. They're like you would imagine a cookie is shortly after finishing being cooked. You know, while they're still warm, and they don't break. They kind of gooey. I guess is the right word, but. Not quite, because basically they're just soft. Like they have one called They call it soft and chewy, I think, and they're really good. They're out of stock of the chewy ones, but they only had the chunky ones. Dang. Chunky's still pretty good. Now, gooey is the wrong word because with the Chips Ahoy cookies, the soft and chewy, they're not exactly gooey, right? They're not melty or whatever. It's just like they're softer than the regular cookies, which have much more crunchy, you know, kind of brittle or whatever. You could kind of consider them to almost have the texture like they're a little bit underbaked, but they're still fully cooked. Oh, Rose from 2.5 Men. Oh, you know what? 2.5 Men Rose. This lady, yes. She... Ooh. Melanie Linsky. She's been on a lot of really good stuff. Ooh, she's in Yellow Jackets. Forgot about that. Oh, she was in The Last of Us. Yes, she was one of the leaders of one of the villages that they came to. She was really, really good in that. She was also in Castle Rock Season 2. Or was she in Season 1? I think she was actually in Season 1. But she was really, really good in that. She's been in a lot of really good stuff. Like, honestly, that role of her in 2.5 Men is like the only comedy role that I've ever seen her in. Okay, we're not doing dark mode. Going back here. Can I duplicate this sheet? Copy, move or copy. Wait a minute. That didn't do anything. Create a copy. There we go. Money, 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 money. Money, mother flipper. Mother on my mother flipping mind. Got 9 haircuts at the same time. Yeah, I could believe it. I could believe Charlie Sheen got paid an enormous amount. Okay, I'm gonna do a reorganization here. And I think I'm gonna base it on what GPT gave me yesterday. So with this one, it wants me to start with Vivian. I don't know if I want to... How about this? The first 3 chapters are the first chapters in each act. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, what if I just sorted them by smallest to largest? Expand the selection. You deleted MGS5 without even finishing it? I thought you said you loved that game. Alright, well, as long as you made sure to save your save game. I was really interested in playing Watch Dogs Legion. I haven't had an opportunity, but I really liked that idea. And Jurassic World and Lego Marbles, since it's pointless. Jurassic World hurt the most. I could understand that. That one's... You seem to really like that. Is Watch Dogs Legions, like, really that big? Watch Dogs Legion. Nice. Mafia and Ghost of Tsushima. And City Skylines, of course, of course. Okay. Chapter 1. Naomi is taken from her home by Kane and his hired goons. Act 2. Vivian arrives on Nexus Spire to begin her new job as a high-end escort. Vivian hears about the Bradbury cannibal. 3. Estrella discovers a woman nearly dead in a trauma case on an OTEC ship. She was doing repairs too. Okay, so there's a few things I wanna try and do here. For all of the ones that take place during Naomi's past, all of the ones in Act 1, I want to do that in first person. I want to write that in first person. Because it's Naomi explaining to Estrella her past, like narrating it, describing it for her. And then the other two are going to be in third person. What do you think? Does that make sense? And for the ones that are in first person, you know, when you're describing something in first person, you usually don't really say your name, right? So it won't really have Naomi's name in any of the ones that take place during the first act. And then... Exactly, Maxie, exactly. So... One thing that I kind of want to do, so Vivian, the character of Vivian, is Naomi, but Vivian is an undercover name that she's using, and I don't want to reveal until a little bit later in the story that Naomi and Vivian are the same person. And so, since I'm interspersing these chapters with each other, like at first, I kind of want to give the impression that all three of these acts, all three of these characters, are kind of completely separate from each other. I want to imply that they're three separate stories until later in the story when they all kind of come together and you find out that Naomi is the main character of the story and she's the one that kind of ties all three together. So yeah. Cool. I'm sad now because of all this. It's alright, man. I know it can hurt. First, I destroy hours and hours of work. Are you talking about your Gotham City? You ended up accidentally destroying some stuff. That really sucks. Just so I have a memory in case Fortnite has an update and can try a new game. That's cool. What new game do you think you want to try? Now, was Poyo Land within Gotham City? Can't I take all these and whoa, Control Y. You know what? I think I am gonna actually go back here. Okay, now they're all in order. Vivian arrives on next Aspire. Now, here, let me just select these ones and then I will sort and filter. Column B, so values, smallest to largest. You originally bought PS4 so you can play Marvel Spider-Man because at the time I only wanted that. Nice. So did you ever play Marvel Spider-Man? Because I did. I'm pretty sure I 100% of that too. It's great. Oh, it's so good. And it's short too. Like, I was able to pretty much 100% that in a relatively short amount of time. And it was great. I really, really want to play the second one. And I want to play Miles Morales as well. But did not have that opportunity. Okay. Your Fortnite video has 1.4 thousand views? Wow. Is that the one that I was in? We need to play some more Fortnite. I really wish I could get you guys to play Warzone. It's been a while since I last played Warzone. I played Warzone, re-downloaded it like a week ago for the 30th time. Good stuff. I'm probably gonna need to re-download it as well. Let's see. Call of Duty Warzone. Yeah, it needs an update. Don't let me delete all and download Warzone. If I delete any of those games that left, then I'll download RDR2 and won't stop playing it ever. I mean, it's a great game. Can't blame you for that. Yeah, the problem... the problem with Warzone... I mean, it's better since Warzone 1. Because Warzone 1... like... it was so big that there were some people like on a PlayStation that didn't have an extended drive that you literally wouldn't be able to install it as the only game on like consoles. But I think with Warzone 2 they optimized it a bit so that you don't have to download, because previously you had to download like all of the other like Warzone was so tied in with Modern Warfare that you had to download like the entire Modern Warfare game and Warzone at the same time. But even if you didn't own Modern Warfare, but now Warzone should be smaller. It shouldn't be nearly as big with Warzone 2. Yeah. I really enjoyed playing Warzone with you last night, Batman. I think I might... or not Warzone. I'm talking about Warzone, but I did enjoy playing Fortnite with you last night. It was pretty awesome. Really enjoyed it. I'm glad I was able to help. Hopefully one of these days we can get you talking on stream as well. Do you actually have 2 kids? These numbers are getting a little hard to keep track of. Naomi's raised and trained by isolation by Cain. Ooh, I need to move that down. Okay. I'm gonna put all of these at the bottom real quick. Put all those at the bottom. The first one, that'll be the first chapter. Now, I was initially thinking that the first one of Naomi being taken from her home by Cain and his hired goons. Originally, when I first started writing this, the first version of this, of Naomi, like, almost 20 years ago, that was the prologue, was Naomi being taken by her home. But I kind of want to do a prologue that is more in reference with the what do they call it? The ascendant anabolism. Kind of want to do a prologue that's about that. So Naomi is raised and trained in isolation by Cain. This one got 1122. Naomi's raised and trained in isolation by Cain. Naomi receives a BSI shortly into her adolescence. I'll have coffee and a date. Trains visited by Eden. I don't think I'll put that there. Naomi graduates from her training by escaping and killing Cain. Oh man, saw a tiny little moth boy. I was gonna kill it, but it flew away. Said your oldest son is 13. I'm 19 and my oldest son is 13. Oh, there's that moth again. Don't land in my cup. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh. So, yeah, Maxie, if Batman was 19 and his son was 13, that means that he would have had his son when he was 6. That It's not very common. But yeah, if you want to hear my conversation with Batman, but not hear Batman, check out my Fortnite stream on YouTube. It's a very one-sided conversation if you listen to it that way. But it was fun. I really enjoyed it. Okay, so number 5. I think I might take Chapter 6 and Chapter 7 and blend them together. I even might... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and combine these 2 chapters into Act 1, Chapter 5. Naomi is inducted into the Voidwater Syndicate, meets her mirror Derek, and starts working deep cover with the name Vivian Frost. Okay, for Chapter 5, I'm going to take Voidwander Syndicate. Pollo was your first kid? Ooh, everyone talking about first time they drank beer. I drank my first beer when I was 13. I probably tasted my first beer when I was probably, I don't know, somewhere from 6 to 9. I think it was probably on the earlier one. Just a sip of my grandpa's beer, and I thought it was terrible. And to be fair, I still think beer is usually kind of terrible. I don't like beer. Cider is pretty good. I can do cider, and I can do some ales, but generally I'm not really a big fan of beer. Be hurt by people, and that's fair. I'm not I don't really want to like push you into doing it if you're uncomfortable with it, but I do think you should when you're streaming on your own, you know, feel free to talk in Serbian and stuff. You know, Yes. I want to hear you do more Serbian curses. I want to learn some. Welcome back, Boyle. Imagine one cliff, and on that cliff are all possible curses. Past that cliff, where the human leg can't come since it's void, there are Serbian curses. Am I the only one that doesn't know what BM sounds like? Well, I don't know if, I don't think... Have you played with Maxi, Batman? Am I the only one that, Oh man, I feel special. You didn't even chat with, Poyo when you were playing, Fortnite with him? So Naomi is walking. Control A, Control X. Naomi graduates. Naomi is inducted in the Boy Walker Syndicate. Cool. And then Chapter 5 will be these ones. Naomi meets her mirror, Derek. He introduces her to a man who has paid for her services. Naomi kills him in a bloodlust. Should I put in an erotic bloodlust? Oh my god, is that the guy you've been talking about? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that guy, I gotta say. Messages? Who sent me messages? Oh, it's Batman. Oh, that's the one that I watched earlier. Watching some true crime podcasts? What podcasts are you watching? Okay. Naomi meets her mirror, Derek. He introduces her to a man who has paid for her services. Naomi kills him in a bloodlust. Okay. Naomi meets her mirror Derek. Naomi begins working deep cover, taking on the name Vivian Frost. He introduces her to a man who has paid for her services. Naomi kills him in an erotic bloodlust. Okay, so now I kind of have the issue of the last 5 chapters are all in Act 3. So I think maybe I need to add a couple more chapters in Act 2. Vivian enjoys the honeymoon as much as he can, kills Dell on the last day, disappears. Are you actually getting these, like, from his account? Yeah. Try not to watch any vids that are directly from his account. That's, you know, even just watching them is giving him clicks. So... Oh, that one you just linked was a Twitch directly from the guy, or TikTok. You know, I started thinking about it, guys, like the whole gun debate. Yes, I think there should be restrictions on guns and stuff. But with as many guns as are in the United States, like, there hasn't necessarily been a real threat of foreign invasion by any, like, you know, armies or anything, any foreign militaries. But, like, if there was, oh man, I don't think a ground war in the United States would work very well, unless it's a civil war. Helicopter gun, like Rambo War? Or are you talking about the big ass, like Gatling cannon? store in Springfield. I mean, supposedly they're eating cats and dogs in Springfield. They're not. That's just a little bit of extreme unfounded racism by our former president. Lovely. Nobody is eating cats and dogs in Ohio. Except for maybe RFK if he decides to travel through. Out when the crew learns that they are all infected. Let's insert. This will be Act 2, Chapter 11. Yeah, there are lots of arguments between states. I mean, Maxie. Maxie is from Texas. There are some things that I definitely don't like about Texas. There are some issues there. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the states in the Bible Belt, in the southern Bible Belt. Not a big fan of Florida. Yeah. Arizona has been getting a little better with their politics lately, but still, they're very. There's a lot of racism, prejudice there. And sexism, that's a big one. Misogyny. Okay, Chapter 11. Of Act 2. Vivian enjoys the honeymoon as much as she can. Kills Dell on the last day. Disappears. Vivian returns to the Voidwalker Syndicate. Vivian returns to the Voidwalker Syndicate. Obtains information on the goons that killed her family and exacts revenge but is then sold out by Derek to the Bradbury Cannibal That sounds like a good chapter. All my exes live in Texas. Skip. Was this in Vice City? I know you guys can't hear it. K-Rose Radio. Oh right, K-Rose was in San Andreas. I definitely see it a lot more in San Andreas than in Vice City. Vivian returns to the Voidwalker Syndicate and obtains information on the goons. I think I'm going to combine this into the previous one. I think this can also go into the end of this one. Oh. Stone Cold is my favorite wrestler, one of them. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Doesn't he have like a glass shattering and then recognizable like theme? I have heard that that opening really, it kind of sucks because just because of like all the rights that are involved in it. Like it's really hard to play that opening without getting copyright strikes all over the place on like whatever you play it on. That's not the, it's not the song that I thought it was. What's the one that's, ba ba da ba, ba ba da ba? Oh wow, that's... Oh, is that Cena? You can't see me. Okay. So I think that maybe I have all my chapters laid out pretty well. Okay, there we go. Alright, Batman, you have a good night. And I may see you in the morning. We'll play some more Fortnite or something. What two conditions? You don't have to talk. And we don't have to talk about war. That's alright. That's alright. I don't have anything to say about war. I've never experienced it and stuff, but non-war game? Is Fortnite not considered a war game? I mean, I think if Fortnite is not considered a war game, then I don't think Warzone, even though it's called Warzone, I don't think it should be considered a war game because it's pretty much the same. I understand. One, two. 28 chapters. That's definitely the longest that I've ever written, the most chapters. Almost by double, I think, more than double. Alright, have a good one, Batman. Thanks for stopping in. Can't the future just wait? Oh. The future is plowing forward. All the time. At the speed of 1 second per second. What deadline are you, what deadline are you working towards? Take control back of the rate at which time starts to fly. I wish we could, man. Just try to enjoy every moment. I suppose that's all everyone's always ever said. Taking a break, never letting me retry. That's life, bud. C'est la vie. So this is acts. I wonder if I can get a copyright strike for this. The song is not a metaphor. By Brian David Gilbert. Let's see if I get a copyright strike for this. This is Brian David Gilbert on YouTube. He's a phenomenal content creator. Go watch him. Go watch him. Here, I'll even put a link to this video in the chat. I really love this song. I really love this song.
I've been thinking about caterpillars and the things they don't know. All they do is eat on leaves and then they gradually grow. When they pop out of their eggs, do they have any clue what their life will have in store for them and what they will do? They don't know where they're headed, they don't know where they're from, and they have absolutely no idea what they will become. These little wormies metamorphosize into something more, but I want to make it clear the song is not a metaphor. I just think caterpillars don't know what's going on. They're dopey as heck, don't know why we respect something that can't do long division, write petitions, or pay with a check. I just think caterpillars don't know what's going on. I can eat leaves, and I can also climb trees, and I can also conceive of what I'll be in 3 years.
A keeper of bees.
I'd like to see a caterpillar do that.
He's good. He's good stuff. Brian David Gilbert is good stuff. Come on, copyright strike. Do you think he copyrighted his stuff? I've been thinking about caterpillars and the stuff they don't know. I can do all of those things. Okay, I think this one is done. But let's go ahead and add a new one to the hopeless setup. New text. Chapter outline. Let's just copy these, put them up, Control Shift V. Yeah, look at that. Would you look at that? Control A. Number list. Nope, that didn't work. What if we put the number list and then cut and paste it all? Nope, that didn't work either. What if we did this? Control Z, Control Shift V. No. I kill the Batman. I kill the bus driver. Bus driver? Okay, we're gonna do my notepad trick. There's gotta be an easier way. So, put all of them in there. We're going to word wrap. Oh, you know what? No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Control A, backspace. We're gonna go to Excel, copy just these ones. Can I turn off word wrap in here? That's not gonna work. Okay. Take that. No. Control V. Enter. V. Enter. Control C, Control V, enter. Oh man. Full screen? Hey, that helps, actually. Get married to Dell. I think that's a good setup. I got all 28 in there. Cool. Cool. Okay, guys. The title of this stream references a place called Carcosa. I don't think it's going to be really directly in this story, but in this part right here, where is it? Vivian joins Dill to conferences, catches the attention of the Bradbury cannibal, is introduced to Anton Walsh Perez. So, Anton Walsh Perez. He's the father of Amelia Walsh Perez, also known as Val in Devour, the villain. Anton Walsh Perez He's a CEO of Stellar Dynamics, which is just an absolutely massive corporation, you know. And after Dell dies, he takes up Dell's holdings, and it just boosts his corporation into insanity. But so I've kind of come up with a bit of a story about Anton Walsh Perez, kind of side story. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to write a whole book about it. Well, I thought the same thing about this story, honestly. I thought this story was going to be a short story. Turns out I've mapped out 28 chapters, which is more than double what my any stories that I've done have been. Yeah, so the story of Anton Walsh Perez, which isn't really going to be defined in this one, but is kind of an overarching story. When he was a kid, he's always, ever since he's been able to use language, ever since he was a kid, for as long as he could remember, he's had dreams of this thing. And at first he wanted to be an artist. He wanted to talk about these dreams that he had, dreams of a place and of a person, specifically of a thing. And he tries to initially express this by creating art, but it doesn't satisfy him. No matter what kind of art he tries to do to try and express these dreams, it doesn't satisfy him. And he gets a wild hair up his ass and starts going into business. And he thinks that he's, given up his artistic drive or whatever. Or at least, is adapting it to being able to create and develop this business, a corporation. He becomes very, very successful at it. He starts getting his hand in all kinds of different pots, including some biotech corporations and some artificial intelligence corporations. And he creates once he has all this stuff that he's able to do, he basically creates a new company within, his conglomerate, mega corporation, whatever, that is focused on some undercover, some secretive genetic experimentation and development. And he starts going back and trying to the thing that he's been seeing in his dreams since he was a kid, this creature, this person, he starts doing what he can to make it real. So he starts trying to create a person or something through, you know, the immense power that he has, the immense resources that he has. He uses them to try and create this thing. And I kind of want this thing to be I've recently become really inspired by a thing called the King in Yellow. The King in Yellow. There's an image that I've seen. These ones. But, yeah, this, thing, the King in Yellow, it's based on a story. It is a story, a book of short stories by writer Robert W. Chambers. And it came out a full, 20 or 30 years before H.P. Lovecraft came on the scene. And it was a huge inspiration for Lovecraft. Basically, between the death of Poe and the rise of Lovecraft. And so, in the fiction, The Yellow King is a play that if you read the full unedited version, or if you experience this play, it causes you to go insane. It's you just completely lose your sanity. But the fictional person who is writing this story, basically has some kind of brain damage and isn't capable of fully understanding the play. And so they go and they put this play in different words, in their own words, what they understand of it. And so Chambers Story Collection excerpts some sections from the play to introduce the book as a whole, or individual stories. For example, Casilda's song from Act 1, Scene 2 of the play. Along the shore the cloud waves break. The twin suns seek behind the lake. The shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise, and strange moons circle through the skies. But stranger still is lost Carcosa. Songs that the Hades shall sing, where flap the tatters of the king, must die unheard in dim Carcosa. Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung, as tears unshed shall dry and die in lost Carcosa. Oh, it's just so interesting. So I've been really getting into the King in Yellow lately, and I've been inspired, and I kind of want to reference it in this story. Maybe Anton Walsh Perez having these dreams and seeing these visions of a place and a thing, it's not exactly the King in Yellow and Carcosa, but I was wondering if, like, at some point in his adolescence or in his as he was growing up, if he had read The King in Yellow and basically become obsessed with it, obsessed with the idea, and started naming his visions after The King in Yellow. So the thing that he's seeing, he calls The King in Yellow. And like when he starts developing his like the lab that he's going to use to try and create the King in Yellow again, like from his visions, from his dreams, he's gonna call the place Carcosa. And Naomi, as I was describing yesterday in yesterday's stream, she has synesthesia, right? She sees colors and shapes that are tied to her emotional state, and so she'll see different people with different colored and shaped auras, right? But when she meets Anton Walsh Perez, she sees yellow. She sees a really intense yellow that, like nothing she's ever experienced before, until I think the ascendant anabolism. When she comes in contact with that, it also feels yellowish. I think that would be pretty cool. In fact, if I make, okay, view full screen, chapters. If I put all of this in here, whoops. Hey there, Batman. Welcome back. Okay, let's see. Nice. Yes. I do love that. That's good stuff. We got a trucking convoy, ain't it a beautiful sight? Oh, funny. So, can this work like a... No, I can't really change them. Is that gonna do it for all of them? That's not doing anything. Have a good night, Batman. Okay, was that you and me? Let's favorite that. Oh, it's Poyo and you. Nice. Good stuff. King in yellow. Good stuff. Whatever, man. Oh, if I go all the way up, then it... Okay, okay, cool. Easy. That makes it a lot easier. Cool. Cool. Now, can I take all this and copy it and paste it into here? I can. Oh man, okay. That's flipping great. What if I did the opposite here? Well, I mean, I can copy and paste it and it'll... Okay. So I don't need to save this then. Cool. Shall I see what GPT thinks? If I paste that, no. Maybe I should, okay. I'll just paste it into Excel real quick. And then take it all, copy, and get it to here. Wait a minute. Why did it... There was a previous one where when I would copy it, it would paste it. as like an image? Just a little bit. So that, okay, there we go. God, the formatting looks so much better here. We want them center. Bold, center, and word wrap. Now, if I copy all this, is it going to take the formatting? Ugh, whatever, dude. Home. Here the table, or here's the outline for all of the chapters and their positions. What kind of feedback can you provide? Oops. Here, stop. Don't answer that. Shift enter. Hypothetically, if my friend thought that you were really cute, would you kiss me? Don't answer that. All right. Give me your worst, GPT. Juniper. Tell it like it is.
This outline provides a solid framework for a non-chronological narrative with alternating storylines that will gradually reveal the connection between Naomi and Vivian while developing the romance and overarching conflict. Here's some feedback and suggestions for improvement. 1. Alternating perspectives and mystery. The alternating between Naomi's past, Vivian's present, and Estrella's storyline maintains a level of intrigue and mystery. This pacing works well to keep readers engaged as they piece together how Naomi became Vivian and her emotional evolution. 2. Emotional arcs. The gradual development of Naomi Vivian's emotional journey, from being raised and shaped by violence to experiencing love with Delano, is well structured. The reader gets to experience her trauma and eventual conflict over the relationship she builds. Building tension. By placing the Vivian chapters early without revealing that she's Naomi, you build tension effectively. The connection between Estrella and Naomi unfolds well, providing a slow burn arc toward the final act's climactic sacrifice. Potential plot holes or gaps. 1. Vivian's torture of the cannibal, chapter 17. The chapter where Vivian tortures the Bradbury cannibal, book chapter 17, feels like a jarring transition within the romantic relationship arc. It happens after she moves in with Dell, which might confuse the emotional tone. Vivian's duality as a loving partner and a torturer needs to be developed carefully to avoid emotional whiplash for the reader. Suggestion: consider inserting a chapter earlier that hints at Vivian's internal conflict between her violent tendencies and her desire to leave that life behind with Dell. This can make the torture scene feel less sudden and more like a symptom of that conflict. 2. Vivian's revenge arc, chapter 26. The revenge subplot, Vivian returning to the Voidwalker Syndicate and exacting revenge on her family's killers, comes very late in the narrative and may feel disconnected from the overarching plot. Suggestion: if her revenge against her family's killers is a significant emotional motivator, try introducing this thread earlier, e.g. with a mention or a flashback, so that when she achieves it in chapter 26, it feels more like a culmination of a long-standing internal drive rather than an abrupt diversion from the primary storyline. Of 3. Transition between Acts 2 and 3, chapters 18 through 20. The transition from Act 2's romantic development to Act 3's colony madness and AI plot can feel sudden. Right now, the main romantic arc between Naomi, Vivian, and Delano is largely confined to Act 2, but Act 3 moves away from this into high-concept sci-fi without as much of a bridge. Suggestion: ensure there are emotional links between Act 2 and Act 3. Perhaps give more focus to how Naomi's feelings for Delano affect her actions with Estrella, showing how her experiences with love and loss influence her final sacrifice. You could even incorporate reflections on her life with Delano during her final moments with Estrella to keep the emotional core intact. For Vivian's emotional turmoil, chapter 22 and 24. The final chapters where Vivian must kill Delano on their honeymoon and then disappear should feel extremely weighty emotionally, as they are critical moments for the character. However, this needs to be well prepared earlier to maximize the impact of her decision. Suggestion: weave in more moments of internal conflict throughout earlier chapters where Vivian questions her feelings for Delano and her ability to lead a double life. Doing this will make her final act of killing Delano feel even more devastating for the reader, heightening the emotional climax. Opportunities for more romantic content. 1. Build more romantic tension, chapters 4, 7, 14. Early in Act 2, Vivian's storyline, there's room for deeper emotional and romantic development. While chapters 4 and 7 introduce the coffee date and escort revelation, these could be expanded to show Vivian's growing attachment to Delano, her fears of emotional vulnerability, and her struggle with feeling unworthy of love. Suggestion: consider adding scenes where Vivian is emotionally torn between her developing feelings for Delano and her life as an undercover operative. These moments of vulnerability will humanize her and make the later romantic betrayal even more impactful. 2. Estrella and Naomi's relationship, chapters 5, 13, 15, 27. Estrella and Naomi's relationship is one of the most emotionally rich elements, but the outline leaves room to develop their connection more deeply, particularly between chapters 13 and 28. Suggestion: introduce moments of tension or closeness during Naomi's recovery, chapter 13, and while they journey together to the restricted colony. You could also develop their dynamic during the mutiny in chapter 27, making their final sacrifice in chapter 28 feel more like the culmination of a tragic, intense bond. Additional suggestions for flow and impact. 1. Foreshadow Naomi Vivian's synesthesia. Since Naomi's synesthesia, seeing colored auras tied to emotions, is an important trait, subtly foreshadow it early on, perhaps in Naomi's training, chapter 6, or in her interactions with Delano. This can help connect her past and present without giving away the full reveal of her identity as Vivian too soon. Number 2. Balance high concept with personal stakes. While the Ascendant Anabolism and OTEC elements add rich high-concept sci-fi layers, ensure they remain connected to the characters' emotional journeys. The AI reveal in Chapter 23, for instance, should link back to Estrella's and Naomi's personal arcs so that it doesn't feel like a thematic shift too late in the narrative. Number 3. Pacing of final acts. Act 3 contains a lot of intense action with the colony and Ascendant Anabolism. Ensure that the emotional and romantic beats from Act 2 carry through Act 3, allowing Estrella and Naomi's connection to mirror the intensity of Naomi's previous romance with Delano, culminating in their joint sacrifice. Conclusion. This structure provides a compelling, non-linear narrative, with opportunities for heightened emotional depth, particularly in the romantic arcs. To avoid disjointed shifts between the sci-fi elements and romance, keep the emotional stakes tied to Naomi's relationships at the forefront, even as you explore her identity as both Naomi and Vivian.
Okay, So what did it say? The first plot hole. Vivian's torture of the cannibal, Chapter 17. It was like a jarring transition within the romantic relationship arc. So dull, which might confuse the emotional tone. Vivian's duality as a loving partner and a torturer needs to be developed carefully to avoid emotional whiplash for the reader. I don't know. Kind of like emotional whiplash. Consider inserting a chapter earlier that hits on Vivian's internal conflict between her violent tendencies and her desire to leave that life behind with Dell. This can make the torture scene feel less sudden, more like a symptom of that conflict. Okay, so what do I need to do next? I think the next step is taking each one of these and expanding it into a paragraph description. Chapters, layout. Here, can I change this to where? That's weird. Why? Where's this button when it's full screen? View, full screen. It does not make sense. Maybe if I... No? If I switch it to that, So, I'll try to tell my. I'll try my best to tell the story from the beginning. First person perspective. Story of Bacon. Of the Wade Walker Syndicate. Okay. So, I keep using the term hired goons. Hired goons synonym. Oof. Synonyms. Thugs, ruffians, hoodlums, hooligans, tough and rowdy gangsters, roughnecks. Vivian arrives on Nexus Spire to begin her new job as a high-end escort. Vivian hears about the Bradbury cannibal. Apartment. Vivian settles into her apartment. even is a nightcap? Cap. Definition. Slings far in it. Resists her dark urges. Okay, Estrella discovers a woman nearly dead in a travel case on an OTEC ship she was doing repairs to. Whoa. I guess just open it up before full screen or something. Oh, maybe my half screen just isn't big enough to... Okay, that makes sense. Estrella complains to the captain about the quality of of their clientele. How do you spell clientele? Just one L. This one being a rich psychopath. She grumbles as she begins work on the client's ship. Fixing ventilation or thereabouts issue. Ventilation issue that guides her to the client's private rooms. Where she stumbles upon the body of the upon a woman, a and a piece of luggage. Oh, well, we're starting out dark, guys. We're already starting out pretty dark. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. I want to thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Check out the description in my description. Go to my Patreon. I'll be posting a new weekly update a little bit later today. And yeah. Also check out my books. Yeah, there's links somewhere. I post links all over the place. Anyway, I'll probably be back later doing some video gaming. Until then, thanks for watching. Have yourself a good rest of your